Alright, back with the Yanagi and the half and half stone. I wasn't exactly pleased with the finish that was on the surface. The edge was fine, I was happy with that, but I knew I was just missing something in technique to bring out what the stone could do. So today, before I turn on the video here, I pulled out the stone, flipped it over for the rounded side, and much to my surprise, it started working a lot better. Um, the edge got a lot more polished. I was able to control the convex a lot more, and the edge sharpness is just really it's improving a lot, we'll say. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this on the curved side and demonstrate some of the other little techniques I discovered to help out the finish. First I'm going to go ahead and build up a little bit of a slurry with this diamond plate. Just kind of going over the shape of the stone, keeping that curved shape. That's good for that. One of the techniques I learned I don't know if I can say I was doing it wrong or just not doing it right, but using shorter strokes, as you see here, on this side is allowing me to control it a lot better and create a better finish on the surface. The curvature of the stone seems to allow you to control where you're at on the bevel very precisely. Being at the very peak of it here, you can really pinpoint where you want the stone to touch, and depending on where you go, front or back. I kind of like being back here for the back bevel, and then up here for the front bevel or the hard metal at the edge. Now as I'm moving down the blade, you can kind of see the individual lines here, but I'm making single line passes, progressively getting lower, like that, trying to keep the convex shape. It takes a lot of work to do it like this, but it seems to be making for a little bit better finish, and I don't know, it's just working the stone the way it should be, I guess. The edge is coming out a lot better, finish is coming out a lot better. So, work at it here for a little bit and see what our final result is. It's definitely a very different feel than working on a completely flat stone. you gotta be careful because it's easy to gouge the edge into the stone. I don't know if you can see here, but doing some pretty good defining of the hard and soft metals, and it's got a nice texture to it in the back here. In the front bevel, the hard metal down here is getting high polished and extremely sharp. It's turning out pretty well like this. Grind lines are becoming a lot smoother, and the slurry is helping to bring out some of the characteristics of the metal, or the characters you might call it. And actually, the rounded surface is a lot more intimidating than anything. It's actually pretty easy to sharpen on, as long as you got good hand sharpening skills. Um, the stone is very smooth, so you get a lot of good feedback from it. And with this type of sharpening, it just seems to flow naturally. A little more slurry from the plate here. That's starting to turn out really well, actually. Sharpness has gone up quite a bit after strafing. This type of edge is easily capable of dry shaving your face without any irritation. We're even going to sharpen the backside on this today. This blade was pretty beat up for as far as the grind goes. So if anything, this is going to help it out. Most would probably be cringing at this point. But this stone is curved. It is conforming to the hollow grind of the back of the knife very well. I'm remembering just to keep the push on the forward so it's grinding more toward the edge there a little bit. Some of the strokes. The hardest thing about using a curved stone like this is your point of contact is very small, like maybe the width of this plate right here, and sometimes a lot smaller. It gives you lots of control, but it also requires a lot of control to not mess up. Nice burr back there. Seems pretty clean on the front. I think we're just going to go ahead and flip it over. Use a flat side for the back this time. That's probably about the best edge I've ever gotten out of this blade in the 2 or 3 times that I've sharpened it. Let's see if I can grab some newsprint here. This knife is just incredibly sharp. It also has a lot of bite to the edge. Just instantly bites in as soon as it touches. So that's that for fancy paper cutting. Trying to get it so you can see it. Don't know how well that's gonna work out here. Well, there you have it. The initial impressions of the Nubatama hand stone and Sharpening Yanagi. Hope you enjoyed the videos.